Darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, right? These sayings come from our ancestors to give us wisdom. The melanin is alive. When they play music, melanin starts to move. The shit in my skin, when the music come on, starts to move. And the Europeans have studied this, and that's why they play with the music. That's why they play with the TV frequencies. That's why they play with all that. Because the key is the melanin. That's the point I'm getting to. We are not the Moors in Africa. We are not the Moors that conquered Africa. Because if you Google Moors, they're going to tell you that, oh, these are the Moors that, North African Moors who conquered Europe and ruled Europe for 900 years from Spain. All of that is true. That happened. But we are not claiming that over here because we wasn't there. We are claiming the indigenous of America, which is the Tiano, the Arawak. Y'all know who the Tianos are? Taino. Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, the indigenous of those, the Arawak. Jamaica. The Maroons in Jamaica. A lot of Jamaicans don't know this. There's a town in Jamaica called Moors Town. And when you go into town, the greeting is Assalamu alaikum, not Wagwan. And that's crazy because everywhere else in Jamaica where you go, they don't even know about Moors Town. They don't even know it's there. But you can't go. Like regular Jamaicans, you have to be sovereign. You have to be a Moor. You have to know who you are to step foot into their land. You understand? So I just wanted to bring that point. And I just want to make sure everybody got that point. Because that's the confusion with Moorish science. We are not a religion. We're not an organization. You could be any religion and be a Moor. Because it's your descendant. Who did you descend from? Every person on earth today descended from who? That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the Great Mother, but according to the Bible, according to the Bible, Abraham, right? Abraham and his wife and the original members of his family all had the names. I'm alluding back to last names. Day, Bay, El, and Ali. So these are the names when you claim your nationality, these are the names that you will take. You would take a name, you would drop the Johnson, drop the Williams, and take on the same last names of the indigenous tribes of America who got their last names from the indigenous tribes of Africa. The Days, the A's, the Days, and the Ali's. I'm sure there was more, but we so lost and so confused, we have to attach ourselves to what we can attach ourselves to. So, last but not least, I'm going to bring William Washington up here. And during his spiel, he's going to spit some poetry for us. During his spiel, if you want to take a smoke break, you want to make sure you support our vendors. We got makeup vendors. We have spirits, wine spirits. We have body butters for women. We have law t-shirts and jewelry, and we also have food. So support our vendors. It'll be beautiful if y'all support our vendors as much as y'all can. $6 plates, $1 waters, $1 juices, and then I guess the vendors that's here will let you know the prices for the things that they have. William, you ready? Let's give William a round of applause. And the reason why I'm bringing poets into the situation is because I know lecturing, people get tired, it becomes a lot. So this is like an intermission period. We'll have a break after this, a 15-minute break after this poem, and then we're gonna get back into it. Welcome, my people. It's long.
Mama said, boy, keep your hands and your money in your pocket. She said, don't be so quick to give your money to the banks. Well, don't be too quick to give your money on material things. Then please don't be too quick to give your money, spend your money on that woman. Take time to know the woman. Woman's not an overnight thing. Take time to know that woman. Please don't rush into that. You walk up. But I didn't listen. So as I stood on the ledge of a home high-rise, ready to leap, ready to die, metaphorically believing I was standing on the cliff of a mountainside, ready to soar, ready to fly. When my deceased Umi whispered in my ear, she said, "Son, you're sick. Come inside, and I will tell you stories of your father, the father you never knew. Your father was lovesick too. But come on inside. Maybe it's like father, like son, or maybe it's just shared Aquarius sign. You're too deep thinking mind. For when you care so much. When you love too much. When you hurt too deep. Boy, come on inside and ease your troubled mind. My Umi said. The legendary Talam AC once said, and I'll paraphrase, that you ain't never seen me with her, you ain't never seen me alive. Scarface said he ain't never seen a man cry, till I seen a man die. I said I seen a man cry, but that man ain't died, that man is alive, but he's crying, he's dying inside. That man is I. I loved her for too long, she was my life. Only to find out that she never loved me, she was my life. And as I sat on that park bench on 103rd Street and 2nd Avenue, watching my children play with a suicide pill in my hand, I asked God for a little more time. And when I opened my eyes, I realized I was walking out that park still alive. Looked down at my watch and saw that 2 minutes had elapsed. It was 2 minutes that God gave me that saved my life. But you know, in 2 minutes I could stop a nosebleed. In 2 minutes I can tell you my life's history. Within the first 2 minutes of conversation, I can make a woman fall in love with me. But because of premature ejaculation, see, in 2 minutes I came and she's in the kitchen making me a ham sandwich with American cheese. In 2 minutes I could recite the alphabet from us about the stomach with the letter G. H-I-J-K-L-M-O-P-Q-R-C-U-E-W-X-Y-Z. Z-Y, blah, 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 and G and C. Give a dying man 2 minutes to tell his family don't cry for me. Give a dying man 2 minutes to relive his life physically. Give a gambler 2 minutes to change his life, to change his back to 7 blacks and let it ride on another man. Give a murderer 2 minutes and someone made me alive and not dead. If Trayvon Martin had 2 minutes more, he'd be alive today, eating Skittles and enjoying another day to run in the play. But Trayvon didn't get 2 minutes and now rest in peace, he's dead. And Mike Tyson had 2 minutes, he would have that big ass tattoo on the side of his head. Give me 2 minutes to have something. Give me 2 minutes to have me. Give me 2 minutes to have love. Give me 2 minutes to believe. Give me 2 minutes to achieve. Give me 2 minutes to perform this NFL football 2 minutes drill. Give me 2 minutes to storm the suicide. My time is up. So whatever I just say and do, I will say and do nevermore. That's why God gives me 2 minutes. Please, oh God, 2 minutes more. Now that my God has given me 2 minutes to think my life over, to laugh, to cry, because he's given me 2 minutes, I ain't here coming out. Universal.
Come see Chamber.
I'm alive. Thank you, Father, for 2 minutes. 2 minutes more.
It's long. It's long.
The beautiful women here today, and I always wanted to do this because there's a time in my life I was certain I didn't love black women anymore. My mother let me down. I felt she got me. My 2 wives, I messed up the first time, and the second time. But anyway, I spent the last 10 years of my life dedicating these poems and my life to black women. And so I just thank you here today. Black women, I thank you. I thank you for your universe. I thank you for your uterus. I thank you for your womb, the place I lived for 9 months rent free. I thank you for your womb, the place I lived for 9 months rent free. I thank you for the milk, for your breast that first pain. But I thank you for your strength, for being able to wield that leather strap, that mighty belt that raised me. I thank you for half of my electric good looks. I thank you for teaching me how to cook. I thank you for this mighty voice of mine, although I cannot sing. Mama, black woman, I thank you for my everything. For the weakness to the land, the spots to the side, God be a woman, I thank you for the morning star, the afternoon heat, the dimming of the evening's dusk, for the love of black woman is a must. I thank you for Harriet and Sojourner running and racing for freedom and equality, for all black men, all black woman. I thank you for establishing your cause, but still running her race for freedom while screaming, Mama, brothers, everything you can, but get old and tired of running. Free black women who change the course of history. All my soldiers are lonely. Their mothers have gone under heaven, and their women have left them alone. Still, I thank you for the beautiful red clay women children. I thank you for the vital air that I breathe. Her name is Red Epiphany. I thank you for the tall of the body, beautiful Teresa the songbird. The 18 hours where they beat. Free black women who change the course of poetry. Thank you. Thank you. Black women are black women. I'm the author of the Golden Book, Love Giving, Love Taking, Love Lost. It's a long chapter. It deals with that brokenness. You know, I'm going to talk about it in the book. I'm also the author of a widely acclaimed book, The Legal Concepts, The Mispronunciation of Who I Am. So now look at them. I got 6 books to the witness, so $10. That's not too much. I also going to say only $10.
Only $10?
Only $10.
Only 10? Take
Only $10.
two.
There it is. Thank you.
Round of applause. William Washington.
You can find me at William Washington 9231 on Instagram and Facebook. You can also find me on Instagram under One On Poetry, the word one on poetry.
What is One On Poetry?
It's an Instagram live podcast, an interview show. And I had the privilege of interviewing this young man. Let me reach his base. We all show to get his name right. But he did such an amazing job. So on Instagram, look at our One On Poetry just to check out the brother's interview. And what he did in 5 minutes, tonight he can miss all that in the 5 minutes. I think everybody's still talking about his interview. All the ladies talking about,
That's a blessing. Yeah, he got a podcast. We follow me in the poetry community on Instagram. You see, I got a poetry book I just put out called Dark Correct. Come snatch one of these. Got a little spill on why I did it. Rhythm and poetry. I also got music. I got a song out called 100 Wars. That's out right now. And I got a song out with Kanye West called Get Your Lies Straight. You already know who we talking to when we say Get Your Lies Straight. But we're going to break for 15 minutes. Bathroom, smoke, food, drink. Patronize the vendors. I already said that, but say it again. Bless. And come back. Let's return in 15 minutes and let's get deep into what we're here for. Ms. Mom.
That's right. Baby, take on our phone.
Let's just slide this time. Mom, Vince, what you doing? Get some food? Walls on the wall. Everybody sit down. We started late, but it all panned out because we had 2 speakers who canceled. So it all panned out. We closed with a poem. I'm gonna open with a poem, and then we're gonna close with another poet. This poem is out of my book. If God Can Rap. This poem is called All Black Everything. And I call it All Black Everything to play on words. So, if y'all don't know about me, I'm a rapper. Got songs with Kanye West. I was signed to Prince back in 99 to 2001. I was on the Day soundtrack. I was a gangster rapper. I was a nigga. And then I came into Moorish science. So I don't do gangster rap no more. I do conscious drill, conscious trap, and conscious rap. My whole thing is, and there's a lot of Moors that disagree with my movement. There's a lot of Moors in the country that don't really mess with me because I'm my own man. That's number one. And number two, I'm not here for Moors. This is what it is. I represent the Moors. I do songs for Moors. I do content for Moors, but I'm not here for Moors. What's the point of me coming here for Moors? If you already nationalized,
Right.
and you know you're a Moor, what am I coming here for?
Right.
My whole movement and my music is to combine the nigga kingdom with the conscious kingdom.
Teach.
Bring niggas and Moors together and turn niggas into Moors. The only way I can do that is to play off words. So I play off drill, I play off trap, and you'll see. I still got that gangster shit in me. You'll see. So it can't really go nowhere. It's just that now I'm more elevated and I know who the enemy is. And I know what my purpose is in life. So when we read the dictionary, the definitions of the words is what our children, they go off because that's what they teach them in school. They tell them they're black, and then they go in the dictionary and they look up black, and it says dirty, grimy, grungy, evil. But then they call Europeans white. Now mind you, don't think these babies aren't smart. These babies also have a spirit, and these babies also have a subconscious mind. They hear and see everything, and it affects them. So you got Europeans calling themselves white, which is emphatically non-cypher. And then when they look it up in the dictionary and they just playing with words, they see white means clean, pure, godly. That's programming. They brainwashing. They brainwashing. It starts there. So me coming with this book and coming with the poem All Black Everything, I'm playing off the words of black just to pull in the sleepy Moors. No, we are not black. Black is one of my favorite colors. There's nothing wrong with the color, but it's a color. It's not a people. All right. I'm playing chess where the black piece move first. I'm shooting pool with an all black cue. Last ball you gotta knock off is white or you lose. All black world, black city, black state. Statue of Liberty with an all black face. Black bezel, my nizzle just caught a case. Conspiracy trying to be the black Bill Gates. All black jail, black male when he white. When the prison population's 90% white. Black iPads, Demegod playlist. Black Hollywood, where the A-list, the blacklist. It's like Prince Hall in the black house. I'm a blacksmith when I pull a hammer out. My black goddess Yoni's like the black hole. I give a Honda and give her the black mamba. That black anaconda. Ask that black power. All black everything. Come on, y'all. Everything black. Everything black. Everything black. Come on. All black everything. Everything black. Everything black. Everything black. All black drink. I got all black bills. Paul Marley face on $100 bills. Malcolm on 50s. Martin on 20s. Michael Jackson on 10s. I got all black money. Obama on the $1. Selassie on the $5. All black mansion, matching rock wallets. All black everything. Everything black. Everything black. Everything black. All black everything. Everything black. Everything black. Everything black. Black Jesus in a black robe. In a black city. Under the catacombs of black Rome. A black mass. Worshiping the black calf. Priests take offerings. Thieves in black masks. Black nuns twerking in the black church. The black Madonna with a black Birkin purse. A black honeymoon on beach with black sands. 2 set of footprints as we walk holding hands. Pitch black room, I'ma make her say my name. Hot black sex like the Chronicles of Zane. When I bust, she ain't pregnant with the pain. Love making, creating black magic. Nails painted back, digging in my back. 9 months later, she in labor with the work. Pull up at the hospital, all black hearse. All black everything. Everything black. Everything black. Everything black. All black everything. Everything black. Everything black. Everything black. All black bank. I got all black bills. All Marley face on $100 bills. Malcolm on 50s. Martin on 20s. Michael Jackson on 10s. I got all black money. Selassie on the 5. Obama on the dollar. All black mansion. Matching rock wallets. All black everything. Everything black. Everything black. Everything black. Islam. Islam.
Give it up.
Thank you. It's a great on first. It's a great on first. The kids hear that? They coming to me. What you talking about when you said that? And now that opens the door for me to teach. Before I introduce the next speaker, I want to introduce y'all to one of the books some of the books that the Moorish Science Temple hold dear to our school of thought. And it's the Moorish Science Temple of America, Circle 7 Quran, spelled with a K, not a Q. It's not the Quran, it's not the Quran, it's Quran with a K. And this is compiled by Noble Drew Ali. Noble Drew Ali is the forerunner of Marcus Garvey. Noble Drew Ali is the one sitting with Marcus Garvey, the first African-American Day Parade on 125th Street. That picture with Marcus Garvey sitting in the coach, that's Noble Drew Ali sitting next to him. Now you'll have some Garvey nights that say, oh, Garvey ain't messing with Noble Drew Ali. Like I told y'all before, I'm a G. I would not be sitting in the coach as a G. When I say G, I'm a stand-up man. I'm a divine masculine. I'm an alpha. I will not be sitting taking a picture with somebody I don't mess with. Especially the stature of who I was at that time. So Marcus Garvey sat in that coach and took a picture with Noble Drew Ali. Mind you, Noble Drew Ali is the one who got Marcus Garvey out of jail. That's a whole different story. He wouldn't have took the picture with Noble Drew Ali. So Noble Drew Ali, real quick, Noble Drew Ali brought Moorish Science Temple to America. If it wasn't for Noble Drew Ali, you wouldn't have Elijah Muhammad, you wouldn't have Malcolm X, you wouldn't have the 5% Nation, you would not have none of that if it wasn't for Noble Drew Ali. Noble Drew Ali came in the 1920s, am I right? Yeah. This is when blacks just coming out of the Jim Crow, we couldn't read and write, we was living in Central Park. All of this was European. If it was probably dirt roads. But we was living in Central Park. Central Park was a Moorish community. And they displaced a lot of Moorish people by turning it to a park. But 1920s is when Noble Drew Ali came. You gotta understand, there was no Elijah Muhammad, there was no Malcolm X, there was no black Muslims in America. Not no black Muslims saying they was black Muslims.
Facts.
Not until Noble Drew Ali. Noble Drew Ali came. Noble Drew Ali was born in South Carolina. He was born and raised by his grandmother until he was about 10 years old. And then his grandmother joined him into the circus because he had gifts. Noble Drew Ali could move things with his mind. He was telepathic. He could read your mind. So his grandmother said, why would he stay here and be a slave with me? I'm gonna put him. So she took him to the gypsies. She took him to the circus. The circus traveled the world. When the circus ended up in Egypt, he met an Egyptian priest who took a liking to him and started teaching him and enrolled him in the secret schools. Egypt had a secret schools after Alexander the Great came through. Alexander the Great was the marking piece of the downfall of our people. Egypt was already, because Egypt at its pinnacle, he couldn't even conquer it. Trust me. Egypt at its pinnacle, Alexander the Great would not have been able to penetrate the things that he did and came and conquered our land. But Egypt was already on the downslide. So when he came, he conquered and he burned our libraries. So a lot of this information, they burned. You understand? But the secret schools had to go underground because the Europeans came. Right. And when they went underground, they created the secret schools of Kemet. So Noble Ali met one of the priests and they took a liking to him. It was fake. It wasn't luck. That was fake. He met him. So when you go out here and you meet somebody that gives you a blessing, no, it's fake. It's not luck. It's fake. The priest taught him and he graduated with honors. One of the final tests Noble Ali had to take was to be blindfolded and taken into the Great Pyramid. The Great Pyramid is the biggest pyramid in Egypt with the Sphinx in the front. One of the tests, one of the final tests for your graduation in the secret school is to be placed in the middle of the Great Pyramid blindfold, and you have to find your way out. Blindfold. It's pitch black, no light. And there's no light in the pyramid, and you're blindfold.
Can you say that again for me?
Darkness.
Can you say that again for me?
One of the tests that initiate had to pass to graduate was to be placed into the Great Pyramid, blindfolded, and he had to get out before sunup. Before the sunrise, you had to be out that pyramid. Noble Ali took the test, and Noble Ali, you know what's crazy? Noble Ali came from out of the paw of the Sphinx right before the sun rose. Blindfolded. So if that's not proof that this man is special, he was special. He came out a trap door that nobody don't know about. They just now on National Geographic, and I said, this is crazy because I was watching National Geographic like a few days ago, and they saying they just found the trap door in the Sphinx paw. The lion's paw is a trap door. So Noble Ali found that years ago. They just now, the Europeans just now finding it. The Europeans is just now finding out that the Sphinx and the pyramid is 100,000 years old. So Noble Ali passed, and he passed with honors. So the secret priest, the priest of the secret school said, yo, you are chosen to go to the West and free your people. You are chosen, but you can't go talking no Egyptian science. They have already turned our people against their own culture. How? I mentioned it earlier. Christianity. The serpent in Christianity is the bad one, right? Pharaoh. You've seen King Tut's crown. He has a what? The serpent is a powerful being in Kemetic science. There's a lot of allegorical truth and wisdom with the serpent. So they told Noble Ali, you can't bring Kemetic science to them because they just came out of slavery. They can't read and write. They niggas. They ignorant. So you can't bring it to them because they're going to say, oh, hell no. Moses fought Pharaoh. We against the Pharaoh. And they got a white Moses, so you can't do it. So Noble Ali said, so what am I supposed to do? So they told him, listen, we want you to go to Mecca and take your Shahada. Because at the time, Islam, and as it is today, is one of the biggest religions out there and strongest. So they told him, don't worry, we already talked. We talked to the sheikh, talked to the king. We spoke to the king of Mecca, and we told him you coming. Now that's power for you. Nobody is supposed to be able to go in Mecca unless you are already Muslim. Noble Drew Ali is the only man I know that wasn't Muslim when he went to Mecca. He's the only man I know that took his Shahada in Mecca. Who else you know does that? You gotta become Muslim, and then that's your pilgrimage to go to Mecca, Saudi Arabia. He went to Mecca to take his Shahada. When he left Mecca, they put him on a boat, and they sent him to America. He got off in New York. The same docks where Wall Street is at. Because those are the docks where they put we was the first people on Wall Street. You know, they walked the slaves on the wall. That's where he docked at. When he came in, CIA was there. They wasn't called CIA then. And the CIA said, Mr. Drew, where's the books? Drew laughed. Noble Drew Ali said, books? What books? He said, where's the books? Mind you, niggas can't read. So why would he be bringing books to niggas that can't read? He said, I don't got no books. So they let him go. Guess where the books was?
In his head.
He memorized the books. You have people who go against Noble Drew Ali, and they say Noble Drew Ali is a plagiarizer. But nowhere in his book does he say he created or wrote any of this stuff. This stuff is compiled from what he could remember from going to school over there. Remember, niggas couldn't read. So he had to create a book. In this book, there's more to it though. Because there's other elder Moors who have like a deeper story that Noble Drew Ali spoke about Yahshua. One of the stories in the book is the lost books of Yahshua. Because remember, he's born and then he's 30.
Right.
And then he pilgrimaged for 3 years and then he dies. What happened from the time he was born till the time he was 30? Why is that taken out? It's taken out because we gotta tell niggas he black. We gotta tell all that story. We gotta tell niggas that Jesus is just like them. You understand what I'm saying? So they took that out because they would have to say he went to school here, he went to school here, and I'm sure there was a whole lot of other stories that if we read it, we'd be like, yo, hold on, he's not blind. You can't be blind. Why? So they took that out. So Noble Drew Ali came with this, the Circle 7 Quran, and that's what this is. So it's on Amazon. It's like $7, man. $7. Get this book. After you get this book and you ready to move up levels, I want you to get Exhuming of a Nation. It's a $150 book. It has this book in it and it has a bunch of other books in it. If you want everything at the same time to get a full understanding of what the Moors is about, Exhuming of a Nation, Noble Drew Ali is the book. We got the Moorish Song book and we got the Moorish Guide, General Laws of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Last but not least, we're going to bring the boy from the Moor, Noel Bay, very well versed in law. The 101s is another one. This is another book that we have. This is good for children. These is 101 questions with the answers, and it's good for children. It's good for adult children as well. Adult children. Because you have adults who are children in the mind. So this is the easy way to ask the questions and get the answers. And then you're able to, if you have a son or daughter, you're able to quiz them on these questions. Take 10 at a time, and you can quiz them on the questions so you can teach them what you need to teach them. Come on up here, Noel. It's your turn, man. Islam. This is the Moorish greeting. Islam. So now see, when you see the Moors do that, it's the Moorish greeting. Islam.
Islam, everybody. Good tonight. Good.
Right.
I want to introduce myself. My name is Noel Bay. give thanks first and foremost to the Most High. I want to give thanks for being here today. I want to give thanks to Demetrius today. I want to give thanks to everybody for being here today. That being said, I've been on this journey all my life.
I get this shit in the clear.
I've been finding out about myself, know thyself, the last all my life, but 5 years came to realize it's hard to life. Now, why do I say 5 years? 5 years from now, 5 years from today was what? 2019. We all know what happened in 2019. And we was coming in to the Great Awakening. This is the Great Awakening. This is the age of Aquarius. Alright? They talked about it. It was all written. All written in the Bible. The age of Aquarius. Alright? Just like this brother said, there is 13 zodiac signs. The reason why they say 12 is because they are going based on the Gregorian calendar. Okay? But it's actually 13. A little bit about myself. I'm from planet Earth. I'm a living soul, a living man. Traveled around the country. Been 48 years on this planet. Lived in Chi-Town. Lived in Khalifa, what is known as California, Los Angeles. I met a lot of good people. And I met a lot of interesting people. Alright? So I've been in the big cities, this man. I was actually in LA. I don't know if anybody remember about the Mighty Keaton riots. But I was there. I actually got there when the riots was already done. So I saw the aftermath. Chicago, hey, that's the Mecca right now. Been there. Came back home 2003. I've been back home ever since. This is my queen right here. Should I say my empress? Give her a good hand of applause. So today, I want to talk about nationality. No, I'm not Hispanic, and no, I'm not Latino. You guys are wondering. I am Moorish American. We are descendants of Moabites. With that being said, I was born in the Atlantis Islands, what is known as the Lower Antilles. I didn't know myself until I started studying Moorish science. When I started studying Moorish science, my whole life changed. Everything changed. I started aligning myself with everything around me. She changed my life as well. She also brought me out of darkness.
Islam.
I was homeless at one time. Stood in one of the hardest shelters in the city, known as Bellevue. I was in Ward's Island as well. Been there, saw it all. The 90s was rough, especially 95 and 96, when I ran away from home. brother from the Zulu Nation came and he brought me out in darkness. This was back in 1995. I'll never forget that day. May you rest in peace, Lucky Strike, from the Almighty Zulu Nation.
Islam.
What is known now as the Universal Zulu Nation. Ever since then, yes, I've studied the nations of the gods and the earths. Zulu Nation, of course, chapter 3. But we could talk about that later on. What we're going to talk about is nationality and how to operate your nationality in the business side. Does anybody know the difference between the public and the private? Does anybody know? Does anybody know the difference between public and private?
In terms of what?
You know, Marco.
In terms of what? Company?
The difference
In the company?
between navigating in the public and navigating in the private.
Person.
I'm sorry. What's your name? Jabal. How you doing?
We're in the public, you're actually basically you have more
Exactly. Yes. Thank you. So when you're navigating the public, is when you're acting and navigating with commerce. Anything that has to do with the public deals with commerce. You go to the courthouse right now, you file on the record a deed. What did you just do right now? You're acting in the public. That's the public side of things. You get anything registered under the de facto corporation. You're operating in the public. Anybody knows between the difference between lawful and legal? Lawful and legal. Islam.
Lawful is more dealing with rights. Legal is more dealing with rules, regulations,
Exactly. So, the legal side of things is you're dealing more with the public side and commerce. Commerce, trades, and businesses. Statute, codes, and ordinances, which is not law. It's actually color law. Color law means a mimic of the real, true, de jure law, which is lawful. Your unalienable rights that you have, that you was born with, it all deals with law. True, de jure law. You was born with it. Why is it called unalienable? Why? Because they cannot place a lien on your rights. Unalienable. That's why it's called unalienable. I try to teach this to everybody. I actually did a couple workshops for some teenage kids in the Bronx, with Bronx Connect. These are kids that, the majority of them, look like you and me. And these are kids that are given a second chance in life. The judge is ordering them to either get their stuff together or to hit the pen. So, I've been giving workshops already. It's like probably my third time giving these workshops. And these kids these days, they really need to know the real law. They need to know their rights. We gotta stop bickering and shouting and make it echo in this world. Because that's all we're doing. It's just making noise. If you really want to know how to get these public servants accountable for their actions, this is what you need. Right here. If you really want to make a change, this is what you need. A pen and paper. Write your own affidavits. Put anybody that's bothering your rights, put it on paper. You serve them. You serve them all you got. Right now I'm dealing with 3 lawsuits. Not 1, not 2, 3. And 2 out of 3, I'm already winning, baby. 2 out of 3. All this has to do with everything that's been going on for the last 4 years. You all know what that is. The juice. The shutting up with the mask. And not saying anything. That's it. It's done. It's game over now. We're gonna rise. This is the rise of the Moors. We're gonna rise. We gotta stop going out there and complaining and complaining and complaining because they see you as incompetent. You are a ward of the state. You have to detach from all that. Know the Constitution. I carry this booklet every day in my pocket. Know it. Anybody knows how many amendments are in the Constitution? By heart, off the top of your head?
17.
How many amendments are in the Constitution?
17.
10 amendments.
27.
Which one's count?
Did you know that there's 2 constitutions? There's an organic constitution, and there's a more modern constitution. After the 10 amendments, you're playing a different ball. Especially the 13 and 14 amendment, where they try to bring you in back into slavery. Read the 14th amendment. Read the 14th amendment. They'll try to trick you to bring you back in. Be slaves again.
Not to cut you off, Mo. Not to cut you off, but what he's talking about is Abraham Lincoln.
Right.
When Abraham Lincoln attempted, he never really attempted to free the slaves, but he needed slaves to help him fight the war. So he gave them a bogus promise saying, if you help me fight the war, I'm gonna free y'all. But Abraham Lincoln, who was a Moor, Abraham Lincoln wasn't European. He was a Moor who passed for a European, but he was a Moor. And when they won the war and everything was said and done, they bodied him because he had to create, was the 12th Amendment?
13.
The 14th.
No,
Abraham Lincoln?
Oh, it was the 13th.
it was the 13th.
The 13th.
The 13th.
But then they bodied him.
Talks about the abolishment.
Exactly. They bodied him, they killed him, and then when he wrote, they ratified it. So that they let you know, they the biggest gangsters, man.
They put it in the jail system.
Exactly. So they killed Abraham Lincoln, and then they ratified the 13th Amendment and put you back into slavery without you knowing.
And only gave you 3 articles.
With the person, break down the language with person.
Person is not what you think it is. Person is a corporation. Trust. and it's not a living soul. You're a living soul. You're a living woman. You're a living man. You're not a person. Not a person. A living man. A living soul. I sojourn here in Panagia, Gaia. That was the original name of Earth. Gaia. They called it Gaia. It wasn't Earth. Earth came later on. Earth is a modern name. It was Gaia. Just like they named Egypt, Egypt. It was actually Kemet. The original name was Kemet. Alright? So we gotta get out of ourselves, out of this whole matrix system. Down.
They push the 14th Amendment and emotions on any case you're dealing with that can be made at any point.
Right, and that's why you have to be buttered. You have to be buttered. I'm dealing with a, I take care of all my affairs, by the way. All my lawful, legal affairs, I take care of all of it. I'm already dealing with a de facto tax attorney in the state of New York. And she's trying to hit on me hard. And I'm hitting on her harder. And I'm throwing more documents at it. I'm leaving the best for last. And when I go to trial, I hit them with all the discoveries. Right there. Boom, boom, boom. She's saying that we're not recognized? Moorish Americans are not recognized? Well, guess what? Why is it that we got the court? This is a limited edition. Or the United States of America Republic. What is on the back of this George Washington? There's a Moor there. How is it that we're not recognized? They printed up on the coins. There's a Moor right there. South Carolina. It looks like he's coming out of the ship with a flag. Islam. Can we say Islam? Islam. So, let's talk about how we're going to operate